Today we are going to be reviewing the new KVD Vegan Beauty, the brand new Good Apple foundation, and this has only been released I think since the 12th of March, so it's only been released a few days now and I'm so excited to try it. I think that foundations are probably one of my favourite things to try. I'm going to be giving you my first impressions and review. I'm going to be doing a wear test as well, showing you what it looks like in natural daylight and all that jazz. Everything that you could possibly need will be in this video. This whole packaging, even the actual compact itself, is fully recyclable, which I think is amazing. So there's no magnets on this. Obviously this is recyclable, it's cardboard. There's no magnets on this, and there's also no like metal hinges or anything. So this compact, when you finish with it, you can recycle it. The balm formula itself is enriched with apple extract to nourish your skin, which is why it is called the Good Apple Foundation. It's more suitable for normal to dry skin, and it does have a matte finish. So if you are somebody who is more dry like I am, I can't wear like very matte foundations because they're drying on my skin, whereas this is supposed to be very nourishing and hydrating on your skin but also give you a matte finish as well. I would say it's going to be more natural matte, I think. This is also supposed to be a very full coverage foundation. You could even cover tattoos with this. I don't have any to test out, but I do love a full coverage foundation, so we will see how we get on with this. Okay, so let's just go ahead and try it straight on. I'm using the shade medium 33. I did tan last night as well, so I think this is going to be okay. I've also done my skincare already as well, just my moisturiser, usual cleanser. Because it is a balm formula, I'm going to apply it with a brush I think today. I think that's what's going to work best. You can apply this with your fingers, with a sponge or a brush as well, whatever you prefer. There's no rules to makeup, so whatever your personal preference is. So for brush, I've picked the Real Techniques buffing brush because I do really like this for foundation as well. I'm not going to apply a primer because I don't usually wear a primer. I'm just going to pop it straight on top of my skincare, and I'm going to just pick up a little bit. Okay, that is a full coverage. You really don't need to dip your brush much into the pan. Oh my gosh. Okay, so rather than buffing it on, I'm just kind of stroking it down just to blend it out. Gosh, it is so full coverage. Wow, it feels very lightweight. A lot more lightweight than a full coverage liquid foundation. Never tried a balm foundation before, I don't think. This is mega full coverage. Wow. You only need the tiniest bit. I was a little bit dubious as to how long this would last, but I've literally just tapped in, literally like this. That's all I've done. Wow. I'm a little bit speechless. That is absolutely stunning. So comfortable, lightweight. The coverage is amazing for how much I've used as well. So I'd say that's a good medium to full coverage. If I wanted to build up any more, like on areas such as my cheeks and my chin where I do get a lot more redness, I would literally just tap in a little bit more, and then instead of swiping around, just tap on where you want a little bit of extra coverage and build it up that way. I don't think I'd need any more than that. That was so effortless. It's so lightweight. It's so much more lightweight than a liquid foundation. I've never tried a foundation which is this full coverage and this lightweight at the same time. It's absolutely amazing. I can tell this is mega full coverage because it's completely covered those beauty marks, and I don't think I've ever used a foundation which has completely covered those two beauty marks there because they are quite dark, and this has just completely covered them. So that is the first foundation to ever do that on me. Okay, I'm just going to go over with the sponge just to see if it lifts any of the product up or it just continues to blend the product in, and it's not moving it about at all. So this would definitely work if you want to apply it with a sponge or a brush. Okay, so I've created a nice full coverage base. I'm honestly a little bit in shock at how much I like this. And I don't know if you can see, please ignore my tan hands, but how little I've had to use of that foundation to get the coverage that I've got is absolutely amazing. But with this foundation as well, you can also use it to spot conceal if you've got any blemishes which need a little bit of extra coverage. As it said, you can also use this on tattoos as well, but I don't have any to test it on. You can also use this under your eyes as well as a concealer, and you can also use it as your bronzer and contour as well. So I don't have a lighter shade than this, but I am going to just apply a little bit under my eyes before I apply my like highlighter concealer, just so I can see how it blends under the eyes and things like that. So I'm just taking a tiny bit. I do like to highlight my under eyes, so I will apply a lighter concealer. I just want to feel what this feels like. I'm using the tiniest amount, but I've literally used the tiniest amount, and that's definitely covered up everything that I would want it to. So yes, this would work very nice under the eyes. And then I don't have obviously a deeper shade to use as my contour and bronzer, so I'm going to go in with the rest of my makeup routine now, how I usually would do it if I was doing like a full coverage flawless base, and then we can see how it lasts throughout the day. But honestly, I'm a little bit shook by it. So for my highlighter concealer, I'm going to use my I always say that, Tarte Shape Tape. I'm going to use light sand, just a tiny bit here. I'll do a little bit just to sharpen up my winged liner. And then I'm going to use the tiniest amount in the centre of my face. And I will use my sponge now to blend these out, because I don't like blending my concealer or anything with a brush, because I don't really think it works that well under my eyes. Again, this is blending lovely into the foundation. I'm going to go in with my cream bronzer now. I'm using LA Girl Pro Conceal in Beautiful Bronze because I did tan last night. As you can tell by my horrible tan hands, I don't know what happened. It didn't go great. And this is just melting into that foundation. It's not pulling it up or anything, which is really nice. Sometimes when you start buffing new products over products you've already applied, even though they are still like creamy and liquidy, they can drag up the product from underneath, and this isn't doing that, which is really nice. If this lasts throughout the day, like how good it looks now, this could easily be my new like all-time favorite foundation. I'm really shocked by that because I've never like tried a formula like this before. Okay, so let's set this in place. I'm going to use my usual setting powder, which is RCMA No Colour Powder. This is just a translucent powder, and because I am more dry, I never find that I have to set the perimeter of my face, because my bronzers and blushes and things like that usually do that for me. I always do like under my eyes, around my nose, around my chin, and a little bit on the centre of my forehead. Don't really tend to bake that often, so I'm not going to today. So under my eyes. So those are the only places that I will set with any powder. So I'm going to go in with my bronzer now. I'm going to use the Physicians Formula bronzer. So I'm just going to tap my bronzer on, which is how I always apply my bronzer, especially because I don't set the perimeter with any like setting powder. So this like a tapping motion will set the foundation rather than rubbing it about. But because it's a matte finish, like I can already feel there's no tackiness anyway, so it would be pointless me even trying to set it with any powder, because technically it is already set itself. And then I don't have any blush with me at the moment, so I'm just going to mix a little bit of that one and a little bit of that one in the corner. This is the Nip and Fab contour palette. I literally use it in every video. Just use a tiny bit of that. And then I'll just blend that straight off. Don't need it to sit there for that long. And I am loving this makeup. Okay, two things we need to do is a tiny bit of highlight. I'm going to go in with Becca Champagne Pop. Just the tiniest bit. And then I will do lips. I've just got a neutral lip today. What is new? I'm going to start with this Morphe pencil. This is in Chippy. Okay, then for liquid lipstick over that, this is just from Primark. Doesn't even say what shade it is, but it's a nice nude. Okay, so that is base done for now. I'm going to share my first impressions on the Good Apple foundation from KVD Beauty. I like how full coverage and comfortable it is, very easy to blend. I don't really have that much like bad to say about it, or anything bad to say, to be honest. It is definitely like a more natural matte. On me it's dried down matte, so it feels matte, but it also has like a natural glow to it as well, and it's super comfortable. Like, it doesn't feel like dry or anything on my skin. Again, I'll leave here what it looks like in natural daylight as well, so you can see too. But oh my goodness, I'm very, very shocked and I'm very, very happy. Absolutely love it. So I will be back. For you it'll be like a second, but for me it'll be quite a few hours. And yeah, I will catch up with you in a bit. Hello guys, I am back and it's a lot later on now, and I've worn the foundation all day today and it's held up pretty well. The only one place it hasn't held up pretty well is my nose area. I must have blown my nose quite a bit today because it has worn off like completely on my nose, but the rest of my face has held up really, really well. It still looks full coverage, it still looks flawless. So I have been super, super impressed. The only thing that I'm going to change next time I use the foundation is I'm going to apply a little bit of extra moisturiser before I apply it, because just as I've got throughout the day, as we've gone longer through the day, as I smile, I can kind of like feel it on my skin a little bit. I think that's because obviously the foundation's a matte finish, it dries down matte. I think I just maybe needed a little bit of extra hydration on my skin, because I think because I'd done my skincare in the morning, I didn't bother putting any extra on before I applied my foundation. But I think I will need to next time, because I can just feel it a little bit tight just in them areas. But everywhere else looks absolutely flawless. I'm really, really happy with it. I'm very, very impressed. My overall opinions of the KVD Vegan Beauty Good Apple foundation is I really, really like it. I love how lightweight it is. I love like how full coverage it is as well. It looks really flawless on the skin. I think this is going to work for oilier skin as well, even though it does say it's aimed towards more sort of normal to dry skin. I think this will work fine for oily skin as well. So I am going to carry on using this in my tutorials and things, so I will keep you updated. Let me know if you've tried it or you want to try it down in the comments. And that completes today's foundation review. I really hope you did enjoy today's video. Let me know if you did down in the comments, and please give it a big thumbs up as well. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next week in my next one. Bye!